Don't Go Down the Street with No Lights by Gaming Master 141. My name is David Stonefield. I am 19 years old and I work part-time for a hole-in-the-wall pizza diner with the best pizza within miles of my town. My job is to deliver pizza to customers in the city of Burnsville, Wisconsin. My work hours are odd. I deliver from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. every other night. The job pays well because Burnsville, despite being a small town, is dangerous at night, but not always because of its residents. I'm a big guy, so people don't hassle me when I deliver their pies. The night sky was clear and filled with stars. As I pulled up to the diner, I saw a man sitting on a long wooden bench in front of a bush across the street from me. It wasn't a strange thing to see, just I'd never seen him before, so I shrugged and parked my car outside of the restaurant. I paced into the diner and walked into the kitchen.
Hey, David! Perfect timing. Got an order for you.
My boss said to me from the other side of the kitchen. He was a fat man, probably over 250 pounds, but that was of no concern to me or the customers because you don't trust a skinny chef. He handed a stack of pizzas to me with a sticky note that had the price and the name and the house number of the buyers on it. I glanced at the address again and noticed that there wasn't a street listed on it. It simply said, "Look for the street with no lights." I felt the warm, greasy box touch my forearms. Flour grinded against me, not sharp or even painful, just the signature of a good pizza shop. I grabbed my name tag up off the bowl by the door to the kitchen while holding the cozy pizzas. It was a cold night, so when I stepped outside the shop, it wasn't as frigid with the pizza. I opened the passenger seat to my car and set the pizzas in the thermal bag and slowly zipped it up. I wasn't sure how I was going to find the street with no lights. Burnsville is no stranger to strange happenings, but I've never heard of the street with no lights. I pulled out my smartphone and opened Google Maps. It was an older phone, so it took some time to load. Not long, but not fast. Finally, it loaded, and I typed into the Burnsville area search bar, "the street with no lights," and somehow I was given a location. I set route and put my phone in the cup holder. This better not be some joke, I muttered to myself. This location was across the city, far from any light population. I drive listening to the hum of my 2002 Honda Civic. No radio, no music. I kept pondering, what the hell is waiting for me out there? The thought echoed in my head. I had this feeling of impending doom. It's probably just some prank call, I kept telling myself. The feeling kept getting stronger as I got closer to the street with no lights. If I die out here, no one will ever find me. I was maybe 500 meters away from the street when I saw a man. A big man. Tall, muscular. He was wearing a mask that appeared to be a rabbit. It had gore smeared across its hairy face. I just kept driving, not wanting to draw his attention. I turned on the street with no lights and stopped my car. I looked on the note to see the house number. It said 9 on it. I looked out my window and saw number 9 on a house a few doors down. I got out of my car and grabbed my pizza bag from the passenger seat and walked slowly down the dark street. I checked my watch as I reached the door. 3:12 a.m. What the hell? I left 20 minutes ago. I walked to the door from the driveway and rung the old doorbell. After waiting for 3 seconds, the door creaked slowly open, but no one had appeared to open it. "Hello? I got your pizza." I called into the house. No response. Just as I was about to leave, I heard a crazed kind of laughing voice call out, "Food." At first, I was relieved, but that voice made me uneasy in a different way. I heard my phone ping a notification. My ringtone was a duck because, why not? I set down the warm bag of pizza on the doorstep and pulled my phone out from my pocket. The screen lit up my face and made it difficult to see for a few seconds. It was a news alert. It read, "Earlier this evening, a man who went by the name The Bunny Man escaped the Burnsville Insane Asylum." My stomach lurched after reading those horrible words. I just stared at them, unable to free my mind from the phone. Utter shock. I saw him less than a mile away. I wanted to call the authorities, but I couldn't seem to open the dial-up menu in my phone app. I pressed the power button repeatedly, but still nothing. I put my phone away in my pocket. When I looked up, a man was standing there. Not just any man, though. The Bunny Man. The blood-smeared face was sickening. I stepped back a step. His bloody face was hypnotic. I finally drew myself away from his face and noticed he was holding something. And it wasn't the $25.50 he owed me for the 2 large pizzas. He gripped a steel axe. It was crimson red with sparkling blood across the head of the axe. Who did he just kill? The thought lurked in my mind. I noticed behind him there was a mangled corpse with its insides all over the floor in a bloody massacre. Guts and tendons lay coming out of the beheaded neck. More guts and intestines were coming from its stomach. "Please, don't hurt me," I said, crying. The corpse made me vomit the second time as I glanced at it a second time. He hadn't moved an inch during the time that we faced one another. His sudden motion startled me. He gripped the axe with a second hand and raised it above his head. His ears brushed his hands lightly as he brought it down on my chest. He removed it and hacked at it like he was cutting down a tree. Blood sprayed in all directions. I crumpled to the ground, barely alive. So, here I am. As inhumane and disgusting as it is, I'm writing this in my own blood. Use my life as an example. Don't visit the street with no light.